Welcome everybody to this webinar. I called it Your Cat's 3 Wishes. And we are going to talk about, really important stuff today. We're going to talk about how your cat helps you and wants you to be all that you can be, basically, and how your cat obviously is helping you with your ascension process. So I already explained it. The way it works is we're going to talk about your cat's 3 wishes. We are going to do a meditation about, I would say, halfway through. For now, I am going to share my screen. So again, welcome. We're going to talk about your cat's 3 most important wishes today. So a little upfront, what we'll cover today, we are talking about why or how your cat is a highly spiritual being. Of course, you already know that, you're here, but we're going to go into a little detail on that, what that means or what I mean by that. Of course, we're going to talk about your cat's main 3 wishes for you. And then, as I said, part 3 actually is the little meditation where we'll tap into your cat. And I know some of you have done it before. The thing is, the more often you do that, the better you get at it and the more you will get out of that. So although you've done it before, you'll see that the more often you do this, tapping in and going into the meditation and calling your cat, the more it will actually stay with you and the more you can actually also do it by yourself. All right, so that's our agenda for today. For those who don't know me, I'm Sylvie. I'm a cat whisperer. I'm also a healer and a channeler and an author and a starseed and a coach and an ascension guide. And what I do for a living is I help cat lovers and cats to live a happy and purposeful life and awakened life and happy life with together, basically, cats and cat lovers, cats and cat owners. I don't say cat owners, I say cat parents or cat lovers, basically. And I help both understand each other better and live a happy life together. And I'll talk a little more about that later, of course. So what I like to share up front is that everything I talk about comes directly from the cats. And I know that I always say that every time, but there's a couple of new people on. So I just want to stress that fact that everything that I talk about is not from textbooks. It's not from biological research, from people, behaviorists looking at cats and saying, well, I think I deduct that when a cat does this, then it means that. And when a cat, does this behavior, then it always means that. I've learned all that. I'm actually studied cat psychology, so I know all the research and I know the text cat books and everything. The cat textbooks, sorry, but really where I'm coming from is from a standpoint of animal communication. And I have done literally thousands of sessions with cats all over the world. And everything I share is actually from the cats, is what the cats share with me, so I can share it with the humans. So I go directly to the source. And I don't second guess, or I don't, what could the cat mean with this behavior? I go to the source and I ask the cat, why do you behave that way? And the cats share with me why they behave that way and what they want the humans to know. So everything I talk about today or ever in my materials, in my work, is directly from the horse's mouth or directly from the cat's mouth in this case. Just so that you know where all the insights that I have come from, directly from our beloved felines. So first of all, I want to talk about how your cat is very, very much spiritual and very highly evolved. And again, I don't get tired of saying that. Cats really are divine beings. They are emotionally intelligent. They have a beautiful soul, or they are a beautiful soul. And they are going through this entire awakening process or ascension process, whatever you want to call it, or the going to the next level of consciousness, what's going on right now on planet Earth. They are going through it just like we are. And all the animals, all the species on this planet are actually going through it, be it the birds and the bees, or the horses, or the dogs, or the cats, or the humans. We are all expanding our consciousness we are all going to the next level of consciousness, of understanding. We are all in this process of growing into ourselves, really, and becoming the highest version of ourselves, and heightening our senses, and attuning to the new frequencies, and really going into this new earth that we're co-creating right now. And the cats are doing that with us, and actually they are a little bit ahead of us, as I always like to say, because they are so much in tune. They're in tune with the universe, with the universal flow. They are connected in a way that we can't even dream of being connected. They are, let's say, they're closer to their nature than we are, because we live lives that are very much, at least in the Western Hemisphere, we live lives that are very much dictated by technology and by jobs and by just the daily grind that we're going through. And we are further away from nature that our cats are. And even the cats that live in an apartment with us, in an apartment complex, and some cats have never been outside, but still they don't have as much stuff in their heads. I want to say they don't have all these thoughts, this overthinking that we have, and all these thousands of things that we always want to do and have to do. They are still very much in tune with their nature, with universal flow, with their guidance. They have spirit guides, just like we do. It's really beautiful. Every animal has spirit guides. So cats have spirit guides as well. And they're very much connected to source, or God, or love, or the love frequency, or the Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it divine. Some people like to call it source. The cats are very much connected to that in a way that we have unlearned. And we were like that when we were kids. We were very pure when we were kids. And then we got trained in this by adults to become a member of this world here, of this, of the human adult world. And we got away from trusting our senses. We got away from, oh, I feel something, I see something, I have, all these senses. We got away from that. We got trained to not listen to that. And luckily our cats, even if they live very, let's say, human lives by our side, so they're very much trained in the human world, but they have not lost their connection. At least I think I've never met a cat that has lost their connection. So and because all of that, they are ahead of us in their awakening, because they just let the process happen. That's a beautiful thing. We overthink it. Even we spiritual people, even we awakened people, we still think a lot, right? We say, oh, if only I could get rid of this thing, of this topic. I haven't resolved this yet. I would like to be further in my journey. I would like to be this, omni, all knowing whatnot. We always question that our path, and we always question that we want to be further in our journey. And the cats don't have that. The cats are very much in the here now, and they're very much connected, and they just let it happen. And that's mainly what I want to say, the point I want to make. They go with the flow. They go with the ascension process. They go with the awakening process, and they're just moving with it, and they're just letting it, allowing it to happen. Where we humans, in our thinking mind and in our, our human selves, it's no judgment there, our human selves, that's just how we are trained and geared, and we question everything, we overthink it. And the cats and the dogs and the horses and other animals, they just let it happen, they go with it. So that is why they're ahead of us, and they're more attuned into the whole awakening process, and that is why they can teach us, and they're by our side to teach us and to guide us. So yeah, and they are not just, yes, they are in tune with us too. They're not just in tune with the universe, they are in tune with us. And our cats, it's really interesting, they know us better than we know ourselves a lot of times. They know us better than anyone else, of course, because let's face it, they spend more time with us than anyone else. I mean, I bet that some of you probably spend more time with their cats than they do with their significant others or their family. A lot of cats sleep in the bed with us. They sit with us when we work. They sit with us, whenever they can, or they play with us, or they you know, they just spend time with us, and they know us in a way. And I'm sure that some of you probably have that feeling that they say, my cat, my dog, I'm so in tune with them. We understand each other without words, literally without words. Your cat just gets you, right? Your dog just gets you. And your cat knows when you're sad, when you're upset, when you're angry, when you're, you know, whatever. Your cat just knows, right? And you know that your cat knows. And a lot of times they know us better than we know ourselves, literally, because they know it before we know it. Again, we live these lives where we always have all these things to do. We have bills to pay. We have jobs to go to. We have families to care about. We have hobbies. We have friends. We have all these things that we're supposed to be doing in this human world. And we are very much in our heads a lot of times. Even we spiritual people, we are still in our heads or in our mind a lot of the time, just because of this human world kind of forces us to be thinking all the time and doing all the time. And with that, a lot of times we don't notice when we're stressed out. I mean, sometimes we do, but a lot of times we don't. We don't notice how stressed out we really are. We don't notice how upset we really are about something. We don't notice how something just doesn't sit right with us because we're so busy thinking that we don't listen to our intuition a lot of times, or to our feelings. And we don't notice when we're not happy a lot of times in our life situation. And we think, our mind thinks, I'm happy, I have all these things, I have a job and I have this and I have that, and we think we're happy, but deep down we're really not sometimes. And you can be sure when you have a dog or a cat or even a horse, you can be sure that they know. They know before you know when you're not happy, or when you're not aligned, when you're not in tune with your nature, with your wishes, with your life path. They just know. They inherently just know. They feel it, they sense it. And through that connection that they have with source up there and with their guides and with our guides, they know when we humans are not on our path. And then they will let us know. They will push us, they will have strange behavior, they will meow, they will be restless, they will be on you, keep you on your toes. They are trying to tell you, human, you are not aligned, you are not where you need to be. So yeah, that's how they help us. And that's why I always say you and your cat are a team. And there's still a lot of people who underestimate their cats. We humans, of course, we think this is my pet. I don't even like the word pet because it belittles cats, and cats are so grand and they're so great and they are these huge personalities. And we still tend to think we need to look out for them, we need to care for them, we need to be there for them. We are their guardians, and of course, in a way we are. But you can be assured, I mean, your cat is a grown-up, unless you have a kitten, but your cat, after a certain age, they are grown-ups, and you can be sure that they look out for you as much as you look out for them. So that's a beautiful thing. It really is a team effort. They see it as a team effort. They see your relationship. They don't see it as mom, and cat or kitten or something. They see it like as a true partnership, as a mutual partnership. You and they are a team. And they help you, as he said, they help you stay on track if you let them. And we're going to talk about that a little later. So does it make sense so far? You with me so far? Okay. Again, and I just want to stress this one more time, and those who have been following me and who have been in previous classes and webinars, you know, I never get tired of saying your cat's main purpose is to help you with your purpose, to find it and to follow it. That's the main overall big mission that your cat has. I mean, every cat has an individual life purpose, and they help you in their own specific ways. But the main overarching purpose is that they are there to help you with your purpose. It's a partnership, remember? to find it and to follow it, just like you helping your cat out. Maybe you have a rescue, or maybe you have, you're taking care of your cat, you're giving them a home, a loving home and everything. And in return, they are helping you with your purpose. So it's really very beautiful. It's a beautiful joint relationship. And also, as I said before, they are there to lovingly guide you on your life path. And they do so by either supporting you in what you're doing, or if you are not aligned or not on your path, they will be nudging you. They will be letting you know with weird behavior, there's something off, usually in your life, not in theirs. And some cats are also just plain in our life to inspire us. They are so much in tune, and they live according to that. They show you, I'm in tune with everything. I love my life. I love the world. They kind of act as a muse. They will inspire you to also, be like them, love your life, be in tune, just be all that you can be. So these are just a couple of things that they do for us, but the overall main thing really is your cat is in your life to help you with your purpose and your soul path. All right, makes sense so far? I know that part was not new to most of you, but I never get tired of saying it because it's just so important. All right, so let us talk about your cat's 3 wishes. That's what you're really here for. That's what you signed on for today. And the big misconception really is that we cat lovers, and there's nothing wrong with that. We cat lovers, we always want the best for our cats, right? I mean, I'm a cat mom myself. I have 2 beautiful 2-year-old brother and sister, and I want the best for my cats, right? Like all of you and like everybody else who has cats, we just want the best. And the thing is, many people think, oh, my cat is not happy. My cat probably needs more toys or bigger rooms or more playtime or more cuddle time or more better treats or better food, or they try everything. And they think that their cat always needs more, which is normal for us, right? Because we humans always think, if I had more of this, more of that, I would be happier. So we kind of project that on our cats, and we think if we give them more toys and more playtime, then they'll be happier. And it's truly really not what our cats need. I mean, don't get me wrong, they do need toys and treats and playtime, cuddles. I'm not belittling any of that. I'm not saying they don't want that. I'm not saying I don't need that. And there are certainly cats that are, let's say, on a lower level of consciousness, and they are more the earthly cats, the down-to-earth cats. Yes, they want toys and playtime and cuddles, and they are there for their earthly realms, but helping you with that, being your supporter in the earthly realm. And then there's other cats that are very etheric in nature. They have a metaphysical task with you. And they are there for the higher frequencies. They are there to guide you into the higher frequencies and into your awakening. They push you into your awakening process. And really, truly, what your cat really wants and needs is not more playtime. It really has everything to do with you. So again, your cat wants what is best for you as much as you want the best for them. Again, it's a partnership. Your cat just wants the best life for you, just like you want the best life for your cat. It's really a mutual thing. And again, I can't stress it enough. You're looking out for each other, and your cat really, 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 truly wants you to awaken, to step up, to be all that you can be. So your cat's wishes really have everything to do with you. And now we're going to talk about the 3 main cat wishes. How do I know all this? I'm going to talk about that in the following, really. I started out as a cat psychologist, or I was looking for my purpose. I had a really nice career, 20-year career in the movie industry. I worked for major US movie distributors, and it was great, and I loved it. And then in my early 40s, I got to this point where I said, this cannot be it. I need to find my purpose. I need to find something more meaningful to do in life. And I found it with cats, and I didn't really have to think long. I said, cats, I always want to work with cats. I love cats. It's being with a cat is truly what makes my heart sing. I mean, when I'm around a cat, I forget everything else. I don't know about you, but I truly, truly love being around cats. Their energy, their personalities, to me, it just makes my heart sing. And so I became a cat psychologist. I studied cat psychology. I studied all the textbooks and I did all the exams and everything. And I started to go out and do house calls with cat, cat lovers who called me and said, my cat has a problem, my cat's fighting, my cat's restless, my cat's meowing, all the typical problems that arise around having a cat. And I did all these house calls, and the minute I stepped into the house, I always, when I go and get into a house where a cat is, I say hello to the person. I'm on the floor. I'm sitting on the floor. I'm, talking to the cat. I'm petting the cat, and I'm just so happy when I'm around cats. And so that's what I wanted my life. That's what I wanted my job to be, or my life, or my purpose. I wanted to work with the cats, and I thought it would be all about doing house calls and telling people, well, your cat needs more cuddles and more playtime and more scratch posts and more of this and more of that, and that's what I thought it was going to be. And then I learned animal communication, or animal communication found me, and I started to talk to them on a whole different level. And I mean, I was always in tune with cats, and I always knew there's more to it, that can't just be it, what the textbooks tell you. And then I learned animal communication, and the cats started to talk to me, and the cats started to point at their humans. The cats, the humans called me that my cat is restless, my cat's fighting, my cat's retreating, my cat's hiding under the bed. And then I started to talk to the cats, and they said, no, I'm fine. My human is the one who's hiding from the world. My human is the one who's restless with their life, or unhappy with their life. My human is the one who's fighting with their partner. My human, and I found out, oh my God, it's not the cat. In 90% of the cases, it's the human. And the cats are just either acting out the human's problems, or they are holding a mirror in front of the human saying hello, and hoping that we will recognize ourselves in them. It's always, the cats are always pointing out there's something wrong in the human's life. And that just was this whole turnaround for me, where I go, whoa, okay, I got to work with the humans. So I found myself, instead of doing house calls and telling people where to move the toilet or the scratch post, I found myself working with the humans. I did a whole coaching, certificate and everything as a life coach for humans, because I found myself doing marriage counseling all of a sudden, or when the higher frequencies came in, I found myself telling people about they're not connected to their guidance, or they're not on the path that they're supposed to be. So it turned into this whole other thing that I could have never dreamed of. And I owe it all to the cats, because they are the ones that showed me the way. And they want me, and it became my purpose, my beautiful purpose, to share all this with you and with all these other cat lovers, animal lovers out there, that our cats really are so much bigger than we could have ever dreamt of. And yeah, I'm getting all carried away with this, because yeah, I just love it, how great the cats are and how they're entrusting me with this information. I mean, I'm not the only one saying that, and you probably know that. I'm not the only one saying that about animals and about cats, but I just made it my purpose and my mission to be on the forefront of the ones telling you this, and inviting you on this journey, really to see it as a joint journey, this whole awakening process that's going on. See it as a joint journey together with your cat, and let them guide you, basically. So it probably doesn't surprise you. Let's get into the 3 wishes, or the 3 most important wishes that cats have for and with us humans. So it doesn't surprise you. Wish number 1 of the cats for the humans is, please, dear human, be happy. Allow yourself to be happy or happier. And it's probably not surprising after my prelude to everything, but let me elaborate a little bit. So again, when I started out as a cat psychologist, I wanted to help people. I want to help cats. And then the cats started to talk to me, as I've already explained. And typically, my clients would call me. They would say, I just want my cat to be happy. They would explain the whole situation, what was wrong, why they thought that their cat was acting weird or not happy, and really all they want, everybody loves their cats, and everybody just says, you know, whatever problem it is that they have, they say, please, I just want my, please help me, please help me. I just want my cat to be happy. That's all I want, for my cat to be happy. They say, I don't know what it is, but please help me that my cat can be happy. And then I would talk to their cats, and guess what the cat said? Cat said, I just want my human to be happy. They say, it's not me, my human is not happy. My human is not happy in their job, in their lives, in their relationship, in their, on their journey, on their, you know, wherever they are in life, or they're always stressed out. My human is the one who's not happy. And the cat said, all I want is for my human to be happy. So you see, it's really a partnership. And it really, I mean, it makes so much sense when you think about it. Our cats, they see us always worrying about stuff. I mean, we tend to have a capacity for worrying, right? We worry about stuff, what might happen, what could happen. They see us always running, like a hamster in a wheel sometimes. They see us with the overthinking, with the brooding, with the, you know, thinking about the world situation and, oh my God, what's going to happen? They see us trying to please our family and others, or our colleagues or our bosses or something. They see that. They feel it, they see it, they sense it, they experience it with us, right? Because they're right next to us. And as I said before, they tune into us. You don't even have to say anything. They just know when you're overthinking, or you know, overachieving, or never happy with your achievements. So really the bottom line is, your cat, just for cats, it's so much easier, because as a human, just allow yourself to be happier. And as you probably know, or sometimes we don't remind ourselves enough of that, happiness is a choice. I mean, I don't want to belittle things that are happening to us. And yes, sometimes bad things happen to us. But it's really up to us whether the bad thing happens and we just give into it and say, oh my God, my life's horrible. We always have that choice of saying, okay, something happened, but I'm not going to let that dictate what's going to happen next. Or I'm not going to let that bog me down, or I'm not going to let that ruin my day or my life. Life goes on, and I can choose to be upset, or I can choose to say, okay, fine, it happened. And is there anything that can make me happier, or that I can do to, you know, make the situation better? So really, happiness is a choice. And a lot of times we don't think about being happier, but for your cat, it's so much easier. They just say, human, just look at yourself. You're running, you're overthinking. Just allow yourself to be happier, or give yourself a break every once in a while, or just have a couple of hours in the evening where you don't think, or you don't run, or where you just enjoy yourself. And it's just so true, right? And we're so complicated sometimes, so we don't see it that way. So really let your cat inspire you to be happier, let your cat help you so you can be happier. And really the bottom line, the secret is, if you want to have a happy cat, you got to be happy yourself first. Or you got to allow yourself to be happier overall in your life. So that's really it. I mean, it's really simple. Wish number one your cat has: be happy, or be happy, or allow yourself to be happy, right? And when you're happy, your cat will be happy. Very simple. Okay, is that something that you can relate to? Oh, no, wait, let's do a little exercise. Let's close our eyes for a moment. Just for a moment, close your eyes and take 2 or 3 deep breaths. And put a hand on your heart. And now just feel in, and feel it more so than you're thinking it. Are you allowing yourself to be happy? Are you happy overall in your life? Or is there room for improvement? Or how would your cat see you? Would your cat say you're happy? Okay. So if you want to share, just real quick, maybe 2 or 3 answers. What are you getting? Are you happy? Could you be happier? What would your cat say? Just share it in the chat with us. Yeah, I think the chat is slow again. Happy and busy. She likes to not talk on the phone, snuggle with her. Exactly. Yes, she wants cuddle time, but she also wants to get you away from your phone. Absolutely. Cat doesn't like the phone at all. Absolutely. Sleeping on the desk, purring. Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, exactly. They know that our phones keep us from being with ourselves or being in the here and now. Absolutely. I once had a cat who told me that the television can be happier. Yep. I once had a cat who told me that he said the television there's bad energies coming out of the television. One of my clients' cats who said there's bad energy coming from the television. Then I asked the person, my client, I asked, what are you watching? And she said, oh my God, my client said, oh my God, that's right. I watch all these crime shows and cop shows and it's all that gruesome stuff. And oh my God, yeah, you're right. And the cat said there's bad energy coming out of the television. Yeah, so she stopped and she stopped watching crime shows, and at least she said she started to watch more comedy and fun stuff to allow herself to be happier. Because the cats know phones, televisions, they know there's bad and stressful energy coming out of them. All right, let's move on to click on this. Wish number 2. Your cat's wish number 2 is also very simple: do what you love. And you can tell these are very profound life wisdoms that are coming from our small but also grand cats. They know. They see us slave away at our computers. They see us working unhealthy jobs. They will see us doing things that we don't like to do. Yes, I'm talking about taxes and bureaucracy and all kinds of stuff, but they see us not follow our dreams. They see us just do all these things we really don't want to do, or all these being in these situations of saying, oh, we got to go see, I don't know, so and so. I really don't feel like going there, but I promised I would go there. And now cats see us do that, and they say, why are you doing that? If you don't want to go, then well, don't go to that reunion or meeting or something. So they see that we do things that we don't want to do. They see us jobs that we hate or that are not healthy for us, and they know inherently that we're supposed to have a higher purpose in our life. We have a soul mission. We are here just like they are here with a mission. We are here with a mission. We are here with something that we specifically, our unique fingerprint that we're bringing to this world. And they just inherently know that we're supposed to be something so much bigger than what we're allowing ourselves to be. So I said the wish is do what you love. And at this point, I want to talk about the concept of purpose just a little bit. Because, yeah, we say do what you love, follow your purpose, find your purpose and everything. And I stand by that. But I am not here to tell anyone your purpose always has to be a job, and please quit your job and do what you love. I am the last person to say that because I know I've done that. I quit my job and head dived in the beginning. I head dived into what I'm doing now. I said, well, I can quit my job and I do what I love and everything's going to flow. And it doesn't always work that way. Not everything always flows once you follow your when you head dive, you quit your job. So I'm not telling anybody quit your job tomorrow because your cat says you need to follow your purpose. It doesn't always work that way. Your purpose can have to do with your job. And yes, it is rewarding. I started a new career when I started to do this thing in my 40s. I started a whole new career in my mid 40s. I quit my job cold turkey from one day to the next, and I started this whole new career that I have with the cats now, and it's fulfilling and I love it. But I would never say quit your job to follow your purpose. You can do it on the side. You can start doing it on the side. It can become your job or your life's work, but it doesn't always have to. Not everybody has to have their purpose as their job, really. Some people's purpose is very different. Some people's purpose is to, I don't know, to be an angel for the community, or to raise these amazing high vibe children, or to I don't know, just be there for other people, or be a whatever. I mean, it doesn't always have to be your job. And so you don't have to quit your job tomorrow because your cat says do what you love. You can do what you love on the side. If you like to paint or sing or whatever, it's something you can do beautifully on the side. And you can turn it into a job later, but you can always do it. Your job does not keep you from living your purpose. And yeah, your cat just wants you to be happy doing what you love. And also what's been shared with me, I find it very interesting. I work a lot with people, and that's also part of the program that I'm going to talk about later, the coaching class or the program that's coming up. We are going to look into finding your purpose. We'll give you all the tools. We'll do a whole big module on finding your purpose, and then you know, laying the stepping stones basically to following your purpose. And the beautiful thing is, most everybody thinks it's about doing something. We humans, we tend to think our purpose is about doing something. We think it's about I have to do this job, I have to achieve something, I have to create something, I have to create something, I don't know, by hands or a piece of art or a program or whatever. And it doesn't always have to be that way. Some people, and that's what my guidance always shares with me, and more it comes through that a lot of people's purpose is not about doing something or creating something. Some people have that purpose of doing and creating something, physical things or metaphysical things or classes or coaching or healing or whatever. It's about doing something. But for many people, and I find it increasingly that many people, when I work with them and when we find out what is their purpose, it's about being. It's about being themselves. It's about bringing their unique energy frequency, their unique personality to this world. And they change the world, or they affect and touch people just by being themselves, but by being the light or shining their light, or by being their healing, or just being themselves and bring their uniqueness to this world. And that is their specific purpose, just being who they are. And they can still be healers, and they can still be, I don't know, they can work on a multinational company for all I know. They can have a desk job. But because they are the way they are, they touch people in a very, very specific way. So for all of you who don't know what their purpose is, or they think they have to do this whole big thing, but you don't know what it is, your purpose may all be about being something, somebody, being yourself, and growing fully into yourself, so you can, you know, have that certain personality and vibration that you affect people in a very specific way. So it's very important to know that. And more I find out that a lot more people these days are about being than about doing. So yeah, I hope this helps. And again, bottom line, wish number 2, your cat just wants you to do what you love. Or, as I just said, be who you are. If your purpose is about being, your cat wants you to be who you are, and to not stand in your own way, and to not hide your light, and to not hide your powers or your gifts or your talents. Be who you are, and show yourself to the world. And again, your cat will be happy when you are, and your cat will be happy when you do what you love, truly. So again, let's tune in real quick. Let's close our eyes again and take 3 deep breaths again. Put your hand on your heart and now feel in. And maybe the answer comes or not. Are you more about, is your purpose about, are you living your purpose, and is your purpose about doing something or being yourself? And when you get something, maybe you want to share real quick in the chat. Being, love it, exactly. Hadayun, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. It's a beautiful name. Okay, who else is about being, or who is about doing, or who gets something? See 2 or 3 more answers. Oh, the chat is so slow today. I think this is my slow internet connection that I have here. Okay, so I'm living my purpose and love. Love that I work from home. Beautiful, Carlin. I'm so, so happy for you. Living my purpose. I mean, what more can you want, right? Beautiful. Mostly being, but doing too. Service, contributing via reading to people or healings, paint, right? Wow. That's a lot. Interesting. You're at peace with you, then you're in the being zone 24/7. Absolutely. Absolutely. Being at peace is just so, so important when we allow ourselves that. Okay, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. All right. So thank you so much for sharing, you guys. So let's go to wish number 3. And wish number 3 is, and this is something interestingly that has come up in the last year or so, I would say, 1.5 to 2 years. Your cat wants you to find your connection. And with finding your connection, I mean finding connection to above, to your guidance, to your higher guidance, to yourself, but more so to your guidance. Interestingly, I did this class, I think 2 years ago, and I was talking about 2 wishes. Your cat's wishes, for you to be happy and for you to do what you love. And I added this 3rd wish because that has been coming up lately, and I think it has to do with the awakening and the ascension process, because the process is quickening and the ascension is happening. It's happening right now, and Earth is splitting really in these 2 realities, the 3D and the 5D. And you are here, you all chose the 5D path, the new Earth, and we are going into the new Earth with really, I mean, with giant steps. And that is why our cats are pushing us to find our connection. And remember, I said that cats are very much connected to their guidance, to the spirit guides, to source, to the field of consciousness. And they want the same for us, obviously. So a lot of times I find that we are not connected enough. A lot of clients that I work with, they have a connection, and it's not that we're not connected. We are all connected to source. We are all connected to our guides somehow. But I work with a lot of people who say that I don't have that. I don't hear my spirit guides, or I don't know where I'm from. I don't know where my soul is from. I feel I'm not from here, but I don't know. I can connect to my star family, and they just want to know, and they lack that connection. And the interesting thing is that, I said, in the last 1.5 years, more so than before, clients call me. I mean, clients always call me worried about their cat's behavior. I mean, that hasn't changed, right? Over the years, they say my cat is restless, my cat is fighting, my cats are fighting, my cat's meowing, my cat is doing all these things. My cat is licking herself bald, just tearing out their hair and licking, over grooming, basically. And I'm just thinking of this one client specifically. She called me. She called me. She said, my cat is over grooming. My cat is licking himself bald in one spot, and there's this big bald spot, and he keeps licking himself. And the vet took him to the vet, and the vet says, "Well, it's probably an allergy. Do this, do that. Give him shots. Give him all this medication, put ointment on it, put a head, whatever, put a skin thing, put a collar around the cat's neck to stop from over grooming." And this happened over a year ago. This is a specific client I'm talking about. And what I found out is I talked to the cat, and the cat does this every time he feels that his human is ready to make the next step, but they point upwards. I tune into the cat, and they point upwards. They go here, here, here. My human is not having their connection with up there, with their guides, with their spirit guides, their higher selves, their soul families, whoever all these wonderful beings out there that are helping us, that want to help us. They are around us. Some people call them ascended masters. Some people call them guides, spirit guides. you know, whatever, it's just words, whatever. I like to call them guides because it's just all encompassing. And that specific cat said, my human is not connected. My human knows how to meditate, and my human does healing work and everything. She took all these classes with me. She did healing work, but then she said, but then Kat says, my human is not connected enough. My human could do more. She's not listening to up there. She's not connected enough to the spirit guides, for instance. And they will tell us, and they will, again, our cats will let us know when we are not connected by doing whatever it is they need to do to get our attention. And that's why cats start to lick themselves in odd places, or they or they get restless, or whatever it is that they do, or they meow all the time. They want to tell us, dear human, they want to rattle us and shake us. They say, find your connection to up there. And of course we don't know unless we talk to them, right? And that's where animal communication is really, it's a lifesaver, it's a life changer, it's a game changer. When we can ask our cats, why are you behaving that way? Because most of the time it has nothing to do with having an allergy or having, you know, itching or whatever. It has to do with, I'm trying to shake my human and tell my human there's something wrong. You need to look up there. Your guides are all around you. They want to guide you. They're talking to you, but you can't hear them. So attune to that, find your connection. And it's really easy to do that. Every time, I know many of you have done meditations with me, it is really easy to tune into your guidance. You just need to, you need a few techniques, and you need to learn to listen to them. And our cats really, really, really want us to find the connection, because when you find your connection, that's when you can go into this, that's where you can vibe at your own vibration. That's how you get fully connected to your higher self, to your soul self. I call it higher self and soul self, whatever you want to call it, to your gifts, to your powers, to your healing powers, to your psychic powers, to your creative gifts, whatever your gifts are. Everybody has gifts, and usually you cannot unfold or let them in fully or unfold them fully when you are not connected to your, let's just say, higher guidance. Or if you are a starseed and your soul is not from here, your soul is from some other planet or from some other star system. In this day and age, during the awakening now, your star family is coming in. The Syrians are coming in to talk to us. The Lyrans are coming in, or the Lyrans, whatever you want to call them. The Pleiadians are coming in. The Arcturians are coming in. Many, many, many more star families are coming in, and they're connecting to us as star seeds. They say, you're one of us. You are from far, far away, and we are your star family, your soul family. We're trying to connect to you. But a lot of times we don't know how, because we have unlearned that, right? We have kind of severed the connection at some point. We have learned to just trust our senses, the healing, you know, just the 5 senses that humans allow yourself to use. And we have unlearned to connect to them, and they are around us, and they are trying to connect to us. And when they cannot get to us, specifically now our star family, our soul family, they will go through our cats, and the cats will try to do something to get your attention. So if your cat has been acting weird, acting up, and there is no other, you've checked everything else, you checked all the boxes, and you looked into your own behavior and say the cat's not reflecting me either, your cat may be telling you that connect to your higher guidance, connect to your star family. They're trying to talk to you. So it's really, really very beautiful. And they can be channel mediums, by the way. Cats can be channels and mediums. They can channel messages. That is why it's such a blessing to learn animal communication, to learn to talk to your cat, because a lot of times they are connecting you by talking to your cat. They can be mediums and channels for your star family to come through. So it's really, really very beautiful. And by the way, yes, if you want to learn to connect to your star family, be happy to help you. And if you want to learn to connect to your higher guidance, or if you feel you could improve to connect to your higher guidance, I'm going to talk about that a little later. But everything we do, also now the tapping in and the closing our eyes and the meditations and everything, that will help you too. I mean, I'll be happy if you would continue the work with me, and I could really, really help you delve deeper. But even if you're just doing the meditations that I'm doing here now, that will help you attune to your higher guidance. And just again, let's just close our eyes real quick. Again, take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Put your hand on your heart. And just listen in, tune in, feel in, and connect to your higher guidance and see if you can feel or hear your spirit guides. Or tune in. Do you think you have a star family out there? Can you maybe feel them come in, or do you know that they're there, or just feel in for a moment? Do you feel they're coming in? There's somebody trying to talk to you. Some energy coming in. It's really high vibrational. Listen in. Okay. So I want you to open your eyes. I know these are just really quick ones. We're still doing the big meditation later, but I would like to listen into the chat. Is there anything that you got from this little breathing exercise? Have to run, we'll watch the replay. Thank you, Carlin, for letting us know. Thank you for being here. And yes, please go to the replay because we're still going to do the other meditation later. Does anybody want to share? Anything that you got? As always, the chat is slow. Cat arrived in my back garden. She is quietly prompting me to go higher and higher and seeking. Beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So loving, open my heart to deep love. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, they do that for us. You seem so much in tune. Katayun, am I pronouncing this right? Emma says, I will ask Tia again what she wants. Yep. Okay. All right. Perfect pronunciation. Okay, cool. I remember that name. And you're saying about the sending, connecting with star families, validating. Okay, great. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing. All right. Yeah, really, the secret. I mean, these were the 3 wishes. Be happy, do what you love, and find your connection to your higher guidance and to your soul family. That's really, truly what our cats want from us and for us at this time of day. And as I said, it's all part of the Ascension process that they're helping us with. And they're just the ones pointing the way, right? Because we're too busy feeling, knowing, being aware of it. And they push us and they point it out to us and they help us going through with it. So in closing, really the secret to having a happy cat is for you to live. If you want your cat to be happy, then try to live your happiest, most meaningful, most awakened life that you can. Align yourself with your purpose, with your mission, and with your soul path. And that really is the secret to having a happy cat. They will be very proud of you. They are very proud of us when we make strides, when we make leaps, when we embark on our journeys, when we take their advice, when we move forward, when we go to a higher level. They are so proud of us. They really are, and they love us so much. And a lot of cats are coming in now. I don't know whether you can feel that. The cat collective is coming in. Close your eyes for a moment. Can you feel cat energy is coming in? This very loving energy. Loving energy. That's a cat collective coming in. For everybody to, maybe you're tuned enough to feel it. The cat collective is coming in. And I think they want to come in for the meditation that we're going to do now. I mean, we're already tuned in. We already did these 3 breathing exercises, so we're probably going to keep this short. We're going to ask your cat. Those who have done it before know that I will guide you into a little mini meditation, as I call it, because it's not going to be long. We'll close your eyes. We'll get you out of your head and into your heart. I will then ask you to call in your cat, and I will ask you to call in one of your cats. I know that many of you probably have more than one cat, but please call in one of your cats so it doesn't get confusing. You can always do this again with your other cats. So call in one of your cats. Sometimes one cat says, I want to come in. You want to call one cat. We have that frequently. You want to call one cat and the other one kind of comes in and says, hey, I'm the one to talk to. So let them. If a cat jumps in, or a dog or horse jumps in and say, I'm the one who you want to talk to, then please let them. I once had an animal communication class where during the entire class, it was a whole one-day workshop. And during this entire workshop, a lot of people had horses, and there was one horse, one pony, and he just kept jumping in. And he said, my turn, my turn, my turn. I want to say something. Please take me, take me. It was so fun. He kept crashing. He kept crashing the entire workshop because he kept jumping in. He always wanted to be talked to, but he had a lot of things to say. So they know when they have something to say, they know. So if a cat or horse or dog jumps in, says, please talk to me, let them, because they have something important to share. They know. Yeah, so I'll guide you into the meditation. You call one of your cats, and then we're going to ask if she thinks that you're happy and do what you love and in tune with your guidance. So I usually do this intuitively, so let's just see what happens. But that's the plan. That's what we're going to ask. So what to expect, just be relaxed and open. There is no right or wrong. There is no way of doing this wrong. You may get the answers that you seek in different ways. You may hear the answers like a voice in your head, or you may just get it like a thought, and you think it feels like a thought, and you don't know how the thought got in your head, but that's your answer. You may see images. Sometimes some people don't hear, they see images, and it's shown to them in an image. So you in pictures, and that's how you get your answer. Some just people feel it, they sense it, or some people just know the answer all of a sudden. You just know it, and you don't know how it got there in your head, but you just know it. So be open, be patient with yourself. If you don't get anything, no worries. Maybe you're stressed out, maybe you're just not tuned in right now. It happens, it's all good. Whatever you get is what you get. Don't be upset. You can always do this again. And your first impulse is usually right. The first thing that comes to mind, or the first thing that you hear or see, or the first impulse is always the right one. And then we start to think, and then we say, oh, yeah, I didn't just hear that. No, I probably just imagining that. Trust your first impulse. It's always right. Before you start to think, that's always the key. Don't think too much. Just let me guide you and just let it happen. Okay. All right. So let's connect to your cat again. Close your eyes. Put your feet on the ground for the purpose of this exercise. It helps you with the grounding. And take 2 deep breaths. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. And in through your nose. And out through your mouth. One more, in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And now keep breathing at your own rhythm. And now imagine you're breathing through your feet into the earth. And with every breath you take in and out, you connect more and more to Mother Earth, or Mother Gaia. And just feel the connection. And feel your connection grow with Mother Gaia, Mother Earth. She's a living, breathing being, just like we are, just bigger. And just soak up the connection from below. And find your good grounding with Mother Earth. Okay. And now let's breathe up into the sky, into the universe. With every breath you take, connect to God, Source, Love, the Divine, the Universe, whatever you want to call it. And just soak up that divine consciousness. You may feel it as God, Source, Love, a light. Just connect to that, and let that light come through your crown chakra and flood through your head and Let the divine light flush everything out of your head and open up your crown chakra, your third eye chakra. And let the divine light trickle through your throat and open up your throat chakra. Let everything go that you don't need. Let it all get washed out. And you don't have to do anything, just let it happen. And if you don't want to do any of it, just say no thank you to that part. And if you want that to happen, then just say yes, please. And now let the light wash down into your heart chakra and just flood your heart chakra with light. Let everything get washed out that you don't need anymore. Flood it out. Lovingly, lovingly, lovingly ushered out. You may feel it as things are just flowing out of you now. Things that you've been carrying for a long time. There's a lot of healing coming into. I can feel it. And the cat collective is coming in and they are surrounding us with the loving energy. They're helping us. They're holding the energies around us, around the circle, also in replay. Because there is no time really. There's only the now. And now let that divine light trickle further down and let it flood your solar plexus. Everything you flooded out that you don't need anymore. All the stuff you're holding in there. Let it all get flushed out, flooded out by the divine light. And let it trickle down further. And now your lower chakras, let them get flooded with the divine light. Your sacral, your root chakra. And there's a lot of your connection. That's where a lot of your connection is, in the root chakra and in the crown chakra and in the third eye. Now we're attuning yourself to connect to your higher guidance. Attunement is happening. If you want it to happen, say yes, please. If you don't want it to happen, say no, thank you to that part. There's a lot of yes, please is happening now. I can feel it. All right, and now let the light flood down your legs, through your knees and into your calves and your feet. Let's open up your feet chakras and your hand chakras so you can open up to your to walking your path and creating your hands, becoming creative and aligning with your purpose and your passion and your mission and your calling. It's all happening now. We're getting an attunement, an alignment, and an activation if you want it. If you want that activation to find or follow your purpose, your passion, your mission, then this activation is happening right now. Please and thank you. If you don't want it, you can always say no, thank you. And if you want it, you say yes, please. Let that activation happen so you can better follow, fine-tune into your purpose, your mission, soul activations. Some of the star families are coming in too now. They're going to stand by until you're ready to attune to them. No, they're actually saying they're attuning into you right now. If you are a starseed, the Lyrans are here, the Pleiadians are here, the Syrians are here, and many, many more. I think even Andromedans are here. They're going to contact you now, being around you. If you feel that there's a circle thickening around you, like energies are kind of thickening around you, or as a circle of light opening up around you now, or you feel energies coming in around you, then those are your spirit guides and your star families. Okay. And now let's attune and let's let the light trickle into the earth. And now just feel that you're well aligned to above and to below. And now put your hand on your heart and find that connection to yourself, your higher self, your soul self. And now calling your guides. You can take your hand down, calling your guides, your spirit guides. You may see, feel, or notice them, or it doesn't matter which way they're coming in. They're coming in now. Now you're well connected to above and to below, to yourself, to your higher guidance. And now we're calling in your cat. And now just imagine you're opening up a virtual screen in front of you. You can do it with your hands or just imagining that a screen is open up in front of you. And now I want you to call your cat into that screen. So your cat appears on the TV screen. and calling your cat. And I'm going to mute myself for a moment, and I want you to ask your cat. First of all, say hello to your cat. And then ask your cat, dear cat, do you think that I'm happy, or could I be happier? And if you don't get anything, it's okay. Just stay in the frequencies. Your cats are talking to you. They're reaching out to you, even if you don't hear them. Just let it happen. Just be open to this process. And now ask your cat, dear cat, do you think that do I do what I love, or is there any advice around that about doing what you love? What does your cat have to say about that? Okay. And now, last question. Ask your cat whether you have that connection. Are you well connected, or is there room for improvement? And if so, what can you do to connect better to your higher self, to your spirit guides, to your higher guidance, to your star families? Okay. All right. So now we're closing this conversation. Ask your cat, is there anything else that he or she wants you to know? Any last messages they have for you for today? All right. Okay. So let's say thank you to all our cats or dogs, or I don't know who came in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming in. Thank you for sharing your messages. And yeah, we'll be in touch again. Hug your cat or cuddle your cat, and then slowly pull back and close the screen in front of you. And just slowly, 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 you can breathe again in and out. And then I want you to slowly come back into the here and now, into your body, and into this moment, into this class. All right. And now I would like to get maybe 2 or 3, go to the chat. Yeah, is there anything that you want to share about what you were getting? Let's hear 2 or 3 answers. Yes. Big yes. So any messages that you got that you would like to share? Keep going ahead no matter what is happening in 3D. That is a very, very important message. Thank you for sharing that. See how smart our cats are, or your guides, whoever said that. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, don't turn a blind eye on what is happening, but just keep going and do your thing. Exactly. Keep meditating. Yep. Good, good. Anyone else? I guess that internet is slow today. All Okay, Karayun says she wants me to separate more from family energies I've been putting up with, dragging along behind me for too long. She showed me a pink fuzzy energy. That's her space with me. Oh, that's so beautiful. Our space. She also wants me to fly biz-wise. Absolutely. So great. Thank you for sharing. Sandra says, open up your heart and love again. So, so important. Absolutely. Love that. Rama says, stay in the oneness of the ascension energies. Absolutely. Marie is here. Hey, I didn't know you were here. Hello, Marie. Charlie Gray told me to lighten up, loosen up, and laugh more. I guess he thinks I'm too serious. Oh, beautiful. He's your joy bringer, right? Charlie Gray said he was your joy bringer. Absolutely. Beautiful. Yep, exactly. All right. All right, great. Wow. Thank you also for everybody for staying on through this, going through the process. And the more you do this, the better you'll get at it. It's really, really so important to reach out. I mean, it's important to connect. I mean, that's part of what I say about connecting. You can use this, breathe in, into the sky, into the earth, ground, open, tune into yourself, call in your guides. That's absolutely what I'm talking about finding a connection that will help you when you do that regularly. That will help you find your connection to above, to, you can call in anybody, you can call in your cat, you can call in your star families that way. And the more you practice it, the better you will get at it, really. So I'm not at the end yet. Maybe I should ask that question at the end. What's your biggest takeaway from today? Really, that belongs to the end. So I would love for you guys to stay on for the Q&A now. I would love to invite you to deepen your cat connection. I mean, all of you are here, and some are joining me more and more often, and I love that. And I just want to invite you to look me up. SylvieSterling.com is my website. On Facebook, I am writing under Sylvie the Cat Whisperer. My book is out in bookstores and Amazon. Your Cat is Your Guide. Talks about all the good stuff, and in more detail, it talks about how to find, it gives you exercises on how to find and follow your purpose. It talks about exactly that, be happy, do what you love, all the stuff that our cats want us to know in even more detail than this class can. Anyway, so Q&A, who has a question? It can be a personal question about your cat situation. It can be a general question about cats, about my classes, about my work, about the world, about higher guidance, about star families. Just ask away. Okay, so I'll go to Maria. She asked at the beginning of the session, she asked, what is the best, most loving way to maintain my cat's weight and help her diet? She eats constantly, begs for food, and my parents feed her without restriction. She must be at least 8 pounds overweight. Okay, Marie, that is a good question. Sweeping statements are not my style. Usually, or a lot, I mean, there are cats that just like to eat. There are cats that, just like us humans, they use eating as a compensation for some other topic, issue, emotion that is behind that. And let me try. And what is her name? What is your cat's name? See if I can tune in. I mean, a lot of times, of course, it has to do with us. So my first question would always be, are you an emotional eater? Because a lot of people are emotional eaters, and a lot of times there are our mirrors, but it doesn't always have to be the case. She is shielding herself. She is not really fully coming in. She doesn't know whether she should come in. She's shielding herself. It has to do with holding back. It has to do with not showing herself completely. It has to do with her holding a lot of stuff in. So who in the family, I hope Maria is still on, because she asked that question in the very beginning. So who in the family is holding back, is not showing themselves, is holding things in? Is that you, or is that some of your parents? She is reflecting somebody in the family who, and holding things in can be synonym for eating. You're holding the weight, holding, it's kind of in tune with that, holding things in, holding the weight, not shedding the weight. Somebody is holding things in. So I hope this is helpful. Don't know if it's you or your mom or your dad, or somebody's holding too much in, and she's kind of reflecting that, and she just wishes there were more openness. She wishes that person, she is very, very secretive, but she just wishes this person would let out more and would just not let it all go, but be more open about who they are, and about yeah, just not hold things in anymore. Just be open, be who you are. So that's what I'm getting. She's not showing me who that is. Maria. So Maria is still here, because I said she asked in the beginning, but if Maria, if you're listening to that in the replay, yeah, then that's your answer. That's what I'm getting. All right, Marie, not Maria, Marie is asking, how do we know what all the chitter chatter is with our cat Charlie? He walks around like he's talking and has quite the varied vocabulary. It's just the sheer it's just the sheer joy of living. He just loves to talk. I mean, he's just, some cats are like humans. Some cats are very quiet and very reserved, and they don't open up easily, and they just like to be quiet. And some are just the chatterboxes, and I feel he's just a chatterbox. He just loves to talk. It's just a way of expressing himself, and it's just a way of just joy of living. That's really what it is. He just loves to talk. He's just a little chatterbox. He's just a little talker. Yeah, so I hope that helps, Marie. Let me know if you need anything else, but he just loves to talk. That's just it. He's just a sheer joy of living on his end. Okay, Sue is asking, my friend's cat acts feral and fearful, but as a kitten she was so sweet. It makes my friend feel bad because she didn't do anything to cause this change. Sue, well, some cats have hidden trauma, and then sometimes, I don't know what her past is. Some cats carry hidden trauma. I don't know if she is a street cat or a feral cat or a foundling, or but some cats have hidden trauma, and something happens that springs open the trauma. And it can be just some event that, I don't know, maybe some sound that scared her, or some event that scared her. What I'm getting is that she had hidden trauma, and that just came out. They just came out with one event that your friend might not even know what event that was. It could have been a thunderstorm, or it could have been a, I don't know, a truck driving by, or something falling, or something that happened that kind of broke that trauma open. And she doesn't mean to be that way, but that's just kind of. I also get trust issues. And I don't know if your friend has trust issues, or your cat is trying to teach your friend to learn how to trust. Okay, can you convey that to your friend, that it has something to do with trust issues, and something about not trusting the world, not trusting people, being fearful of the world. Anyway, it has somebody has trust issues. So if she could just work with the cat, and the more it doesn't always have to be the person whose cat it is. It can be somebody else in the family, but I think it has to do with your friend. She might have hidden trust issues that she's not aware of. So the more she can learn to trust, a lot of times that is a lesson for us, when we have a cat that is fearful, that runs away, that doesn't trust. They're our mirror. They're showing us that we need to learn how to trust. So yeah, maybe you can convey that to your friend and see if it resonates with her. If it's not her, it's somebody else, but I'm pretty sure she has some kind of trust issues with the universe, with other people, who knows, that she might not be aware of. So I hope that helps. All right. So Kayun says, my cat came to me as a stray or feral. The vet recently said she might have a heart murmur. I have been talking to my cat Samsoni about this. I used to have, oh, so you know how to talk to cats. I love that. I used to have arrhythmia myself, not surprisingly, can still experience it when panicking. Is there anything you feel into about her sweetheart? I see her from her guardian was an older lady who was very loving to her, but couldn't take care of her physically properly. Now we have dealt with other health issues Samsoni initially has, though sometimes she still scratches at her right ear. She's again deeply sweet. Any communication about her heart or right ear would be precious in the gift. She doesn't trust easily either. You know what? She's kind of saying that you are so good at it, my dear, that you don't need me to tune into her. She wants you to, it's not that she's kind of sweet. She's very sweet. She's very highly evolved. She's very high evolved. She's a very, very high wise soul. She says as part of your training, she came to you to train you to be an intuitive, to be a, I don't know if you do healing work, but to be a channel, whatever you are or whatever you want to be, a healer. She wants you to tune in. It is part of your training. So she wants you to feel in and find out these things for yourself because it's part of your training. That being said, the arrhythmia is always when things aren't going right. So it happens for you whenever you feel that things are not going right, with that thing, you have inner resistance. I know you are on your path and you do all the ascension stuff and everything. She's very, very proud of you that you're so well on your path, and she's so proud of you. She says, keep going, you know, everything is just really, really great. That being said, the heart arrhythmia is always when you put too much stress on yourself, when you put too much strain on yourself, when you feel that you're out of alignment or not in your path or whatever. So when you put too much stress on yourself, and you don't need to hurry this ascension process, we are going at the speed that we need to be going. And sometimes I know, especially we healers or intuitives or people who do this for a living or want to do this for a living, a lot of times we want to skip ahead. We want to skip three steps ahead. We want to be further ahead in our journey. We say, I should be able to do this. I should be further. I should be, you know, to be able to do all these things. And we want to skip steps. And that's not how it works. Because as my guidance always shares with me, we are exactly where we need to be. At exactly each step of the way, we are always where we need to be on our journey. And so what I'm getting is the arrhythmia always happens when you are impatient with yourself, when things are not going the way you want them to go, when you're in resistance. So if you could learn to drop that resistance, and next time, you know, when you have it, you say, okay, where do I have resistance? Where am I not, you know, where do I feel things are not going my way? And then when you work through that resistance, then your arrhythmia will get better. And she's just mirroring that. And I'm not getting that it's a major health issue. A lot of people, a lot of animals have heart arrhythmia. I'm not saying don't go to the vet. I do not want to give medical advice, by the way. I never do that. If your cat has heart arrhythmia, if your vet says you need this medication and you feel that's, you know, I always say take your cat to the vet. Don't do anything without consulting a vet. Especially when I'm just tapping in real quick here and I'm not doing a thorough analysis, which if you do a private session with me, I will do a thorough analysis and scan your cat energetically, but I do not give a diagnosis, and I do not say, you know, take the cat off medication. But I feel the heart murmur is related with you. She came with that same issue into this lifetime. And the more you can relax about it and trust your path, the more she can relax about it. All right. So that's what I'm getting. I hope this is helpful. And yeah, if you want to have a deeper insight, you can always come do a private session with me. I can do an energetic scan of your cat and give you a little more insight. If there's any emotional charge behind it, I can heal the emotion behind it or try to get the emotion behind it out so that the heart murmur can get better. I'm not saying I can heal heart murmurs. I mean, like, you know, we can heal all these things, but there's usually a trapped emotion behind it, or a life topic or an issue behind it that can help alleviate some of that. So if you want to you know, look into something like that, I can help you with that. All right. Okay, now it's just, here we go. Christine says Charlotte runs around with tissues in her mouth, crying in her early hours, then will give them to me, the tissues. Yeah. Okay. What's happening in the early hours? Do you have restless sleep, Christine? Do you have restless sleep? Do you run problems in your in your head when you sleep? A lot of times when our cats bother us during our sleep, or they cry in the middle of the night, or they keep us up, they just want to tell us that either we have restless sleep, that we overthink things and we have bad dreams, or we keep thinking and turning things over in our heads instead of sleeping, or maybe sometimes cats will wake us up when we I don't know, or when we have nightmares, or when there's bad energies around us. Sometimes I feel that for you, I don't know whether you sleep well or not, you could cleanse your space before you go to bed. I feel there's energies in your space, in your sleeping space, that are affecting your sleep. So I don't know if it's a water, you know, running water under your building, or energies that come from the earth, but maybe look into cleansing a space, protecting yourself from energies while you sleep. That would help, because she feels those energies, and they affect you in your sleep. You may or may not be aware of it, but she knows, Charlotte, she knows there's energies in your bedroom or under your bed. It can be earth energy. I mean, you know, raised, whatever, raised from the earth, or something that's coming from the earth, or water under your building or something. There are ways to protect yourself from it. It's too much to go into this now, but maybe you can read that up. Just Google that. How you can protect yourself, or put something underneath your bed, a symbol or something, or shield your bed from those energies. And then hopefully Charlotte should stop running around. All right, I hope that was helpful. Adiyun says we're getting an EKG later this month to check out her heart murmur. Good, good, good. Yeah, I will never tell you don't go to the vet. I usually try to work with the vets and with the practitioners on physical issues. Okay, Sue says, thank you. Karayun said, you said this last time too. She's here now on Tuesday. Really? I said that last time? You know, sometimes I'm so tuned in, I don't even remember that part. I'm a near-death experience. I love to do more for people in this way. Okay, beautiful, Karayun. It sounds like you are well on your path. I love that. Okay, Rama says, not sure where to find the message. What do you mean, not sure where to find the message, Rama? Can you elaborate on that again? You write another message, please. What do you mean by not sure where to find a message? Okay, Karayun says, yes, the pressure, you're right, and I hear you. We're getting it checked. Don't worry. Got the same information you shared. Thank you for your generosity. Be in touch with you. I'd love to get in touch with you again, Karayun. Okay, Christine says, restless and sleep. Pina, thank you. Yes, sleep restless, exactly. Yeah, look into those energies in your bedroom. I think that's the key to it, and that's why you sleep restless. You may be an overthinker as well. When we have a lot of going on in our minds, then we overthink and then we sleep restless. But it definitely has to do with energies in your bedroom. So please have that checked. All right. So I would love to hear from Rama, if I'm pronouncing that right. If you could just elaborate on your question. Not sure where to find the message is what you wrote. All right. Okay. All right. So looks like we got through the questions. If there's anything else, now is your chance. Otherwise, we will close today's session. And I thank everybody for having, so waiting for somebody to respond. Maybe Rama is still here. All right. Marie says, thank you, Sylvie, from Marie, Ed, Zorka, and Charlie. Yay! Say hello to all of you, to your beautiful, beautiful family, cats and husband alike. Thank you so much for being here again. Carloon says, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to USA. Thank you, Marie. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm in St. Louis. Thank you from Rainy, Simba, Claudia. Well, thank you from me and my cats. My cats are not here physically right now. They will join me later. Very exciting. I'm going to fly to the US with my cats and set up shop here. It's going to be very exciting. But they are here in spirit. So thank you, all of you, for having been here. Thank you for doing the exercises. Thank you for sharing. It's always so invaluable to get your feedback. Check out my pages, my offers. I would love for some of you to join my program. Or I would love for you to come back to the next class of this kind here. So yeah. All right, so thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next time. See you guys all the next time. Okay, lots of love to you and your beautiful cats and dogs and horses and your families. So bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.